Well, there you have it. There's 2019 in a nutshell. Welcome to 2020. It's a brand new year. We're going to get started with a lot of changes here coming up on this channel. It's funny. We've been at this for 3 years now, and we've actually made leaps and bounds as far as videos and hunts and things like that. Just putting in the time and effort to make things a little bit better. When I first started with this channel, it was going to be just kind of a memory thing, and it's still definitely going to be that. But the more that I do this, the more I find that I absolutely enjoy the idea of filming and putting it all together into a story. I think everybody has that imagination in them to where they would love to be, a filmmaker or an action hero or whatever it may be. And this is about as close as I'm gonna get. So it's really been a fun process to learn how to do all of this, and I'm by no means a professional at this videographer stuff. And but it's a fun process to go through. It can be frustrating at times, but honestly, I really haven't had a lot of issues as far as my program and videos, things like that. I've been pretty fortunate, knock on wood. But it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy doing it, and I love bringing it to you guys. So hopefully y'all stick with us here into 2020 and beyond, and so we can bring you more footage and more videos and more of all the above. So just wanted to get into a couple things here for the new year. We're going to have a couple different new things coming. We ordered a new camera, so that's really exciting. I've got a new camera, like I said, coming, and I'm really excited to get that out and start shooting with that. I think the video quality that you're going to see from last year to this coming year is going to be leaps and bounds, hopefully. The actual camera that I picked up was a Panasonic FH300. It's not a new camera, but it's a bridge camera basically. So it's going to allow me, instead of having to carry, and I will probably get to that point where I want a DSLR or a mirrorless camera and be able to interchange lenses and stuff. But what this bridge camera is, especially for you videographers that are just starting out with your channel or your hunts and stuff, I used my cell phone, which I'm actually filming this right now because I don't have the new camera, but once I do, I'll bring that to you. I use my cell phone, and I use my GoPro, which I actually lost this last year. So those are the two things that I use primarily for my videoing. That's all I had, and that's all I had to work with. So you can do it with just a cell phone or a man, why am I such a scatterbrain today? GoPro. You can do it with the GoPro, okay? The problem with the GoPro is you don't have that. You're going to have to do a lot of editing, and it's going to get a little bit, as you've seen in some of my videos, it gets a little hazy and a little fuzzy, but you can do it. I mean, don't go out and buy a $1,000 camera or video camera, because it's really not to your best interest to start out with something like that unless you absolutely know what you're doing, which I don't really. So, like I said, we got a new camera coming. I set my Instagram back up. You can follow us on Instagram now. We'll put that on the page here for you, or on the screen for you. It's LC Public Eye Outdoors. Follow us on Instagram. We're gonna post a bunch of pictures. That's the other thing that we're gonna kind of try to get into this year. Doing a lot of pictures and photography. I'm going to be handed down from my dad, one of his cameras. It's an older Canon, but it's a nice, very nice camera. And, back when he bought it, it was $1,000. So, is it top of the line now? No, but it's capable of giving me some pretty good photos. So, I'm not going to complain. Let's put it that way. So I think he's got some lenses and things. We're gonna dabble. We're gonna kind of dabble around with that photo aspect of things, and I'm gonna post a bunch of photos up on Instagram that I've taken throughout the year in my hunts or just my meandering around. So that'll be exciting. Hopefully, I can get that to the point of being able to maybe doing some prints. If there's something on there that you like, send me a message, let me know, and we might be able to get a print going for you. That's going to be the extent of my social media as far as just YouTube and Instagram. I haven't got into Snapchat and all that. I can barely keep my mind going with all this stuff here and work and stuff. So we're going to take it one step at a time, 1 year at a time here, and hopefully we can continue to grow. Mention the new cameras. If you go back, I did a short little video, and I have to apologize. It was absolutely hideous. The quality of the video is great, but it's in this little box. A little box. About that big on a TV screen. About that big. Yeah, it didn't turn out right. I don't know what I did. I think that's one thing you got to be careful with these cameras on their phone and stuff. If you have them tilted, running up and down, you're going to get that narrow view. Okay? Little tip for you guys, if you're just starting out and you're using your phones, turn those phones sideways. Get that to flip sideways and put it on your wider view, like your 16 by, I think it's 16 by 1, whatever. Like I said, I'm not a videographer professional, but flip that phone sideways. I see a lot of guys, and I even started out that way. You go back and watch some of my first videos, and I got all these little straight lines in this little tiny view. So that's what that's from. Turn your phone sideways, and you're going to get much better video when you go to edit. And I think that's what happened with this video. It just, I had a couple sections in there where the phone flipped on me upright, and I had to flip it in when I did my editing, and it continued that. So I had to enlarge or try to fit everything into this little box, and it wasn't working. I don't know. That's one thing that I got to figure out how to do is expand that view if I've got one or two of those in there. But I'm not going to have to worry about that, hopefully, with this new camera. So, little tip for you guys. But I was getting back. Let's go back to what I was saying before. I lost and went on that little squirrel run there. The Tahoe build. We're going to do the Tahoe. We tore everything out of it. The seats, the carpet, the trims, the dash is out of it. I got to repaint a bunch of stuff on that. The paint's chipping on that. I got to clean it all up. If you watch that video, you'll see, oh my gosh. Absolutely disgusting. How bad can a vehicle get? I did a lot of hunting in that truck, and I was not worried about keeping it nice and clean. But we're gonna go through and we're gonna get that thing. We're gonna clean up all the trim, paint everything, get it all back together inside, clean the carpets, and then on the outside, I think we're gonna end up, maybe, I haven't decided yet, we might end up painting that thing. So, but I do know we're gonna put a winch on it. We're gonna do a bunch of things to it. So, man, I'm excited for that. Hopefully, I can afford it. I don't know if I got any money right now or not. So anyway, yeah, we're going to do a lot of videos on that too. So hopefully I can keep up with all this year. And it's this is tough to stay with everything, keep everything going. For any of you guys that are doing this on the side like I started and am doing now, I wanted to kind of maybe give you a little idea of the point that you want to get to, okay? And when I started out videoing, I was editing on my phone, okay? Just doing a little app on my phone, and then going through and honestly, they're kind of cheesy, but hey, it's a start. That's what you gotta start somewhere. And if you don't have the money or the time to put into it right now, that's the way I did it for the first year or two, almost. Year and a half, almost 2 years. So, don't be afraid to just, man, my nose, gosh. Ugh. Don't be afraid to use your phone and your phone apps to get started. Just start. Just do it. I mean, it's fun. Once you get rolling, it's fun. But anyway, I want to show you what the process that I go through to make these videos, and it's so much fun once you get to that point that you can use a editing program and a I don't have decent cameras right now, but once you get your good cameras and stuff, I guarantee it's going to be 1,000 times better. But we're going to show you here on the screen what I go through and just kind of explain the little intro that I did for 2019 coming into this video. So here we go. All right, so we're just going to go over this, kind of show you what all goes into these videos. Now this is a very not simple, but plain Jane video. I mean, you see some of these guys that are doing, obviously the longer the video, the more of this you're going to have, but make sure I'm in focus here. You're going to have a lot more of these little details than what I have here, but I'm going to shorten this down and you can kind of see right there all the different little clips in here. Okay, those are right here is all the video clips that I had, and then I got those nested so you can't see the individual ones, but there's quite a few of them in there. There's probably 20 or 30 of them in there. And then, man, excuse me, I'm just had a sneezing attack here, and my nose is all stuffed up, but anyway. So right here, then one of the things I'll tell you, when you're just starting out, this is Adobe Premiere Pro. This is what I use to edit my videos, and this is a pretty in-depth editing program. There are simpler ones out there, but in my opinion, you're not going to get the quality and the volume of parameters that you can go, or volume of effects and all that good stuff that you can do on this. Anyway, back to this video. So I wanted to kind of explain what goes all into this, because it's not as simple as just throwing a couple of videos up there and throwing a music track behind it. The more that I play with this, the more that I understand the wealth of expansion that you can do with these videos, and I learn a little bit every time I use it. So anyway, here we got our here we have our video, our clips. Right behind it, or right below it, I should say, you've got your sound effects. Now, I just started recently using sound effects in my videos, and it's taken them to a whole nother level. I just kind of learned that. I watch quite a few guys that video professionally, or do videography professionally, and man, some of the stuff that they know on this program is ridiculous. So I've kind of tried to incorporate some of that into this video, and I think it turned out pretty good. There's obviously, some things that they would just totally 360 and make better, I'm sure. But anyway, so here we have our our music. Okay, so video, music, and then the sound effects or whatever that we throw in here. Can you imagine putting something like this together for 3 hours, 2 hours? Ridiculous, crazy. So I'm going to run through this here with you and kind of show you what it looks like, and explain some of the sounds here. So at the beginning here, you have the bird that comes in. Those are basically two sounds that I put together. One's actually a helicopter sound, and the other one's just kind of a mechanical sound. You listen to those together. All right there's the intro of it. Just two sounds there put together with that clip. Then we go on to our turkey walking here, and you'll hear this sound right here. It's going to be a boom. Right there. Okay, the next one. Now notice right there when he fans up, I put a sound in there. Let me go back. Okay. Right there. That is so cool. Now I came up with that later after I slept on this video for a night. That's kind of the process that I'm starting to get to, is I'll sleep on my video for a night, come back the next day, and then I'll pick up on things that didn't quite sound or look right. So we'll go ahead and play this out. And then on top of that, you got to put all your breaks in there. Right there was a sound. You heard that mechanical sound, echo. Okay. Now the music has a lot to do with your music selection is probably the biggest factor in making a video work. That music, being a past musician, I understand that the emphasis of music and how it portrays a vision in your mind's eye. And if you don't have that right, you're not going to get out of your videos what you want. So really spend a lot of time picking the right music for the right moods and the right situations. When I put this video together, I had an idea in mind of what I wanted it. I wanted it to be dark. I wanted it to be just heavy, just in your face emotion, you know what I mean? And then you put all these sound effects on top of it. Right there, the bow shooting. The gun going off. Now that gun sound right there, that's not a shotgun. That wasn't off my video. That is actually like a jail door slam. Okay, listen to it again. And I just manipulated it in the video editing. So it really came out cool. You hear that boom, and then you hear it kind of like that screeching of the door. Right here we have the windmill. Notice in the background there's a windmill here. Okay, that windmill's not even turning, but what I wanted to do was put in your mind's eye that sound of a windmill. Pretty cool. That's what I mean. It just gives it a whole another feel. And I just recently learned that, and I love it. I can't wait to do more of this. This is awesome. It's called... That right there was one of the hardest things I've had to do so far. I mean, the timing, the sounds, putting everything together, and it's still not 100%. I'm still not happy with it, but you know, for just starting out doing that ramping, basically what that ramp is going from one speed to another and then back up. And I don't quite hit that speed perfectly, and there's some other effects that I can do to that to make it really cool, like a blur, but I haven't gotten that technical yet, so that should come. But anyway, so I've got two sounds here, plus I've got this sound right here is actually a woman breathing. You'll hear it. She just goes... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lock these out. Let's lock this, and you can hear this breathe. Listen. Right there. That didn't lock. I wonder why it didn't lock. I should have locked that music out. Anyway. See, I'm still learning, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still learning. Okay, so here's that breathe. And just hit that perfectly again. Here you hear the wind. That's all added. That wind was not in the video. Here again, the wind. Just gives it that feeling, you know. Now here's a big boom. That's not in the music. I added that. It's just, you know what I mean? It's awesome. And then here we have, right at the end, you can hear. I'm probably breaking this down for you, so it just just gives it a whole nother meaning when you look at it and you're like, he cheated on that. That's not right. But that's what you got to do. That's what they all do, you know, and that's what makes everything click. But right here we have, instead, this song was like another minute or so, or 2 minutes, you know. So basically what we had to do is cut it off. So right here we have a shortened clip of the music right there. And then over here, we have the end of the song. So basically what I had to do is take this whole section out, bring this back over, and fabricate it back together. Basically sew it together so it sounds right. And you can hear that a little bit. And you just gotta time that out with the drums and everything. And there's a little bit of a catch there, but you can't hear it. If you didn't know better, you wouldn't hear it. So anyway, that's what's going into this, man. It's a process. All right. Well, that's it. That's what it takes, man. And you know, that was a very simple. Not. I shouldn't say simple. It took me quite a while to get that little bit of a video together, because I really was trying to get. That's one of the things I want to try to do this year, is get really good really good content. Just I want to get away from just throwing videos out there, just to throw videos out there and try to get likes and subscribes. I mean, that's ultimately the goal. But I think you get caught up in that. I gotta get a video out there. Make good videos. Don't make a bunch of crap and just throw 100 crappy videos. Make 5 great ones. And I guarantee you people are going to be more excited about waiting and watching those 5 great ones than they are thumbing through all these crappy ones that you do throughout the year. So I was going to say, we got a new member to the family coming. No, I'm not having any more kids. It's my antelope mount is going to be done here. New addition to the family is coming. Man, I don't. That's the other thing I want to get this year is a lot more mounts done. I guess you gotta shoot some animals to get mounts, but anyway, I've always been a meat gatherer. That's basically what I hunt for is just the food, the meat. And one of my goals for this new year is not so much looking for the shots to take an animal just for video sake. That makes for a lot better content, but I need to put more work into the process, and then I will find those larger animals to take on video. Will I take some jakes here and there for meat? Yeah, I'm going to still do that. Will I take some small deer for meat or does? Heck yeah, I will. Because they're available. I could have shot 30, 40 does last year with my bow. But, I kind of wanted to hold out. And when I did decide that I was going to, the weather kind of changed on me and I wasn't very motivated to get back out. But look behind me. It's a new set. I have a set now. Look at my set. Now here again, you don't have to have this professional setup. Okay, it's just some stuff that I threw. I made this photo here on my phone, on my computer. I did some little magic to it. Made that photo, printed it up, threw it on the wall. Deer mount, some other things here. Let me show you this. This looks all nice. Look at that. This is like my storage room. Got all kinds of stuff. This is actually Aiden's old room. And I just turned this into my little studio. So I just got some things there put together. Now I'm not going to be able to get this lined up again. There we go. I just put together some things here in the room that make it look nice background. Get your room looking nice, and that's going to help with your videos. People are going to want to watch that instead of me being over there in the corner with all this stuff sitting around me looking like a junkyard. But yeah, that's basically it in a nutshell. So stay tuned. We're going to have a lot more content coming out for you here in the following days and months. And welcome to 2020. And thank you for following the Publix Eye Outdoors. Stay safe in your hunts, everybody.